Welcome back to StarTech Industries, ladies and gentlemen, and oh my god, what a beast of a ship! Holy cow! Alright, so, as the CEO of StarTech Industries, and as a transportation, engineering, and resource extraction, we need to move a lot of cargo. Now, I don't have the money to buy a RAFT RAFT at this point, but I do have enough of money to rent the ship and make quite a bit of money with the ship. Now, the idea behind today's mission is to make as much as we can, and ultimately I would love to buy this ship. Okay, this is the first time that I actually see the ship, and it's the first time that I'm going to interact with it and fly it and, you know, whatever. And it's just, what an impressive thing, dude. It is immense. Okay, let me give you kind of like an overview of the size of this thing. Okay. Take a look at this. Okay. I mean, this is just impressive. Now, let's go ahead and kind of like take a look at this beauty, because I have no words. I have no words, man. This ship looks incredible. And it fits our purpose as well. So, as someone who is a computer science engineer in real life, and a space enthusiast, and someone who has always had big ambitions in life, being able to create my own corporation within Star Citizen and build an empire is something that is very exciting to me. StarTech Industries, my corporation within Star Citizen, is a company that focuses on engineering and resource extraction. These are the two main services at the moment. In the future, I would like to add medical services and security services as well. Now, the main mission of today, again, is to make as much money as possible, and we need a bigger ship in order to be able to transport a lot of cargo. Okay, so with this ship, I intend to make at least 500k. I rented it for 1 day, and I plan to do 500k. Now, sorry about that. Now, let's go ahead and take a tour inside this ship. Again, this is the first time that I actually see this ship inside. So, let's see the interior. And this is amazing. As a computer science engineer, the amount of details that go into building these ships and designing them, I have to give props to CIG, man. Like, top notch. Right. So let me remember, I entered here. This is the engineering, so deck O2, engineering deck. And if I want to go down, lower deck, okay, well, if I want to exit, I have to exit here. Okay, cool. So, this is nice. We have a fire extinguisher. In case something would happen with our ship, we can put out the fire. And, wow, man, look at this. Look at these details. I mean, this is something that I would expect, actually, something in real life. That it would look like this. Alright, what do we have here? So this is to open these doors. What is this? Manual? Arigo? Cooler. Ah, okay, so these are the ship components. So we have cooler here. Do we have anything here? We have cooler here as well. What do we have here? Shields, shield generator and power plant. Shield generator and power plant. So this thing uses 2 power plants, 2 shield generators. That's impressive amount of power right there. What is this? This is... Let's go down. Let's figure this out. Okay. So some storage units, I would say. Some maybe suits that you can store. Oh, maybe. Can we open this? What is that? Yeah, I think it's a kind of like a storage unit, right? Shower? Probably. And then we have... Oh my god. That is so cool. We have our kitchen right here. Another fire extinguisher, of course you need that in the kitchen. You have your 2 bay beds. Now this is a multi-crew ship, meaning a lot of, you have 3 people can, you can have 3 people flying this ship with you. So you have the pilot, the co-pilot, and then someone that could assist, I guess, in loading, offloading, stuff like that. And this is very cool. You can even sit, I think. Yeah, you can. So imagine just kind of like, all right, well, we have to wait maybe a half an hour for the cargo to come in. And let's just have some coffee, right? Do some good chatter. What else do we have here? Man, this is just nuts, okay? What is that? So we have Deck 01. Man, the amount of space that this ship has is insane. Okay? Ooh. We'll look at that in a moment, but what is this? Like a... What is this? Ah, okay, this is the airlock for docking when you are at a space station. Okay. Let's close this. Let's close this. And what is this? Elevator? Top deck. I love the design of the Argo, man. What a ship. So this is... Oh, okay, so this is the... Wait, is this the engineering room? What is the upper deck? What do we have here? Shield generator power plant. Shield generator power plant. What is this? Okay, so this is another access to go down, I believe, right? Yes, okay, yeah, so we already went here, so let's go up. And then what's this? Close? Okay. What is this? A support station? So kind of? What is this? Yeah, support station. Okay, what do you do with the support station? Interesting. Let's see what options do we have. We have shields, okay. Self status. No target. Ready to scan. Scanning, okay. Configuration with nothing. Lower wheel, okay, so this is the launch. Okay, so yeah, kind of like a support station. Another person could be up here, kind of like supporting the operations of the ship. Very, very cool. All right, let's exit the support station, and yeah, let's get our mission started. I want to start flying this thing, and man, like. Bravo to CIG. I want to say something about CIG. Okay, I have been following Star Citizen for, well, since 2015. Something like that. 2015. Okay, so I have seen this game come a long way. I remember when I first got this game and I started playing it, it was a complete mess. It was buggy, nothing worked. You were clipping through the elevators, clipping through the stations. It was a mess, and it was really not fun to play, okay? But then again, my computer that I used to play this on, it was a laptop. It was a very shitty laptop. It had maybe 2 gigabytes of RAM, 2 gigabytes of VRAM, so graphics, dedicated graphics card, and then 80 gigabytes of RAM, and it was DDR3, and my computer was just it couldn't handle the amount of power necessary to run this game. Nevertheless, I kept up with the development of the game, and I've been kind of like jumping in and out for the past few years just to see how the game was going and to see what has changed in terms of performance and functionalities, right? And I'm happy to see, man, that they have been able to add a lot of functionalities and new features to the game. I'm very, very much looking for Squadron 42, which apparently will be released in 2016. So what am I saying 2016? In 2026. Will be released in 2026, and the game is now in a such stable version where you can actually play this game. You have missions, you can make money. There's a ton of people playing this game. There's a huge community. There's no time where you log into the game and you won't see people chatting. You won't, it's not like jumping into Elite Dangerous, and it's kind of like so big of a universe that, you don't know if you're gonna run into someone else or not. This game is actively being supported by, us, the players, people who buy ships with real money, and people who buy or donate to the company in order to build up this game. Now, there's people saying, that Star Citizen is a scam, and it has been in development for over 14 years and almost $1 billion in the development, and it's still in alpha. I get that people think that this game is a scam, but let me tell you something, and this comes from a computer science engineer, someone who is a programmer, someone who knows about the infrastructure, someone who knows about how the back end works and how development of a product works. In order for you to be able to make a game like this, where everything is functional, the graphics, a seamless experience, because there is no loading screens in Star Citizen, everything is seamless, you need to have a lot of resources, meaning a lot of computational power. That's the least of the problems, all right? You need to have programmers who know what they're doing. Programmers who can program in C and C++, because that's the most efficient, most performant programming language and used in games and engines. And you need to have an engine that is capable of, building this world and this idea that you have. And Robert, the creator of Robert Space Industries, Star Citizen, they needed to build the game engine, because no game engine was doing at that time what he wanted to do. So he needed to first build the game engine for then to be able to create the game itself. And, you know, almost $1 billion in, not everything went into creating the verse. Remember, there is Squadron 42, which is the main game of Star Citizen. A lot of money and development and time went into Squadron 42. Star Citizen, the verse that you're looking right now, is kind of like secondary. And so the team has been kind of like subdivided and divided into two parts. Team is developing Squadron 42, and the rest of the team is working on future implementations and building the universe of Star Citizen. So a lot of time, resource, money, computational power goes into this, and it just takes a lot of time, and people don't understand that. Okay, I know the amount of time it takes because I'm a programmer, I'm a software engineer. I know what it takes, and I know how the backend works. You need to have high performance networking. You need to have high performance servers. Server meshing is something that I have been working for quite a while to be able to implement server meshing and make the game much more performant. Is a game changer, and we can see how it affects the game. If server meshing wouldn't be available, we would still be very much buggy. But yeah, I mean, all that money and time went into also designing server meshing for this game. Anyways, enough talking. Let's go ahead and start with our mission. So let me go ahead and sit into my pilot's chair, and let's power on, engines on, and let's take a look at the contracts. Let's see. I'm gonna do a local for a moment, just so I can kind of like get used to working. So 11 and 13 should have enough space for this. Let's see. Collect pressurized ice from HDPC Casillo, and process food from HDPC Casillo. Okay, so from both locations we need to collect pressurized ice and processed food, and then we need to deliver those to HGMS Opare on Hurston for both. HGMS Opare. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and accept this offer. We're gonna get paid. How much? 60K. That's okay. This will help us kind of like get used to the ship's functions and stuff like that, and also get an idea of how much we can actually fit. Perfect. So let's go ahead and here we go. Let's hail at the station.
Attention, pilot, you are cleared for takeoff.
Oh my god, look at this thing, bro. Impressive. Alright, ready for takeoff. Let's go ahead and... Oh, this is very cool. You can feel the weight of this ship. That is actually...
visitors again.
That is actually...
Remember, if you're contemplating a career change, you should contact one of Hurston's resource managers for information about exciting career opportunities.
That is actually impressive. You can feel the weight of the ship. Obviously, because it's a cargo ship or a hauler, it's much heavier, and you expect it to be and act as such. Let's switch. Oh my god, look at those burners. Woo! Let's go, baby! Hell yeah! Now, obviously, this isn't a fast ship, okay? But
Shields off.
let's exit atmosphere so we can go to our destination. This is Star Citizen, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very excited. Now, at the moment, I am playing this game with a mouse and keyboard, but I do plan to buy sticks. All right.
Shields on.
Whew. So this is the delivery point, and this is the collect shipment point. Okay, so we are not too far away from it. Well, actually, it's on the other side, so.
Shields off.
All right, let's engage with our location. We will keep quantum drive enabled until we get closer to our destination. This is so we can fly faster through the atmosphere, or while being in atmosphere. Because if we disable quantum drive, we will be flying quite slower. And so time is of the essence, of course, because we are renting the ship. We have only 24 hours left. Actually, less than that. Time to slow down.
Landing gear down.
Braking. And there we go. So now, usually these places you don't have to hail at them because there's no contact. Usually, but I think it depends on the ship. But even though if you communicate with them,
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
sometimes it just gives you a random spot, or you can land on a random spot depending on, you know, the cargo that you're gonna get. Anyways, okay, so our location is there. Now this is a pretty big ship, so trying to land this manually with mouse and keyboard is a little bit tricky. So auto landing is very useful for this.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Nicely done. Okay, cool. I am going to keep my engines and ship power on. And let's exit the seat. Let's go to our flight manager, which is here. Let's see, cool. So we have Riced. What is this? I need to move. Let's move these, all these. Actually, I could just move to elevator. Transferring. Alright, so you see all these boxes have different sizes. Okay. Now if you are in a Drake cutter, which is a good starter ship, you could fit a couple of these boxes right here. Even a couple of these. You could even fit 2 of these. But more than 1, it's impossible. Alright, so these are pretty big here. So this is pressurized ice. So let's go ahead and take this. Now I have no clue how these attach to the ship. My guess is that, you know, some kind of a magnetic grid that you can use to place them underneath. Yeah, exactly. So that we are going to attach it right there. Okay, cool. So we have our cargo, and we should be ready to go. So let's access our elevator. And now I'm very interested to see if I was actually in the correct spot. So, okay, so let's go to the top deck, right? Okay, let me memorize this room. This is deck 02. Okay, deck 02. Now, we are at the top deck. Lower deck, okay. The next entrance is here. So, deck 02, let's memorize this because it's going to be important once we arrive at our destination. Deck 02, okay. Do remember, deck 02, go here, and then you exit. Right, so we need to go down. And exit, sorry, let's access our our cockpit. We need to hail at the station so we can open the gates. So you can see our cargo there. This is so cool. I love it. I love it. Hey, if you're enjoying the content, like and subscribe. It will help me grow my channel and my business in Star Citizen. Now, please granted, none of this is real money, okay? It's all in-game currency and all in-game profits and stuff like that. But the idea is, again, to build this corporation called StarTech Industries. If you want to be part of the company and you want to join the corporation, the link is in the description. Please go ahead and file or submit your request to join, and I will gladly be reviewing it and joining you to the company. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and take off.
Launch complete.
Thank you, and please visit again.
I love the color, man. It's so industrial. It's like, you know what else I would love to? Maybe at some point we'll have that mechanism. Is to have an auto loading option. So like for example, you have either drones or robots or NPCs that will load up the cargo onto your ship. And another option, it would be nice to, if since we have organizations, it would be nice if we could also be able to kind of like customize our ship with our own logos and phrases, stuff like that, right? Kind of like having a logo. I would love to have a logo on my ship that would say, the logo of my company, StarTech Industries. That would be nice. Anyways, Ah, what a view. Another day, another run. Good money. Beautiful. Let's jump to our delivery location. Alright. It's pretty damn dark, so I can barely see anything. Let's turn on the lights. We're about 20 kilometers away from the destination. And about 10 kilometers away, we'll start to slow down. Slowing down now. Disabling quantum drive.
Shields on.
So there she is. Five kilometers away, getting closer to our destination, and it's going to be a beautiful drop-off. Alright, let's go ahead and hail at the outpost. Probably not going to get any response back, but we'll just do it anyways for good practice. And let's see, we have a couple of places where we can, but since we have a pretty big ship, we're going to be landing right here. Auto landing. And touchdown.
Landing complete.
Perfect. Smooth landing, so let's go ahead and exit out. And let's see if I can remember how to exit the ship the correct way. Alright. So, I need to go... First of all, it's not here. I know it's not here, but I want to check something. Right? If I go here... Yes, so this is how we exit the place, hopefully. Maybe, we'll see. Exit ship. Right. So it's not directly too intuitive. You should have a couple of options that are visual, because otherwise you will just think, okay, so this thing just goes up and down, how do I exit the ship, right? Yeah, so... Okay, cool. So that should be it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, and 13. Let's go ahead and deliver. So, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 1, 4, and 1. Let's confirm. And what is that? Rust bottle. Alright, cool. Objective complete. Nice. We have delivered 11 out of 11. And we should have 60k more. Yes. Perfect. There we go. So we are basically back where we started. We paid 62k for the rental ship for 1 day, so 24 hours, and we made it back. Again, we're still minus 2,000, but we're gonna go ahead and do a couple of more runs and make that money back, plus some extra. So my hope is to, you know, by the end of today, at least reach a million credits. I always want to say $1 million, but it's not dollars, it's credits. Star Citizen, duh. 1 million credits, maybe even more. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and like and subscribe, and that way you'll helping me a ton in growing my YouTube channel. And if you want to join the corporation, the link is in the description to join it. Alright, anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.